Hey everyone, it's me, Missy Michelle. So tonight I'm doing a get ready with me full face makeup tutorial. Hopefully you like. If you do, thumbs up, comment, share. If there's anything you'd like to see me do more of, maybe eyebrows or contouring, whatever, just leave a comment and I will make a video showing more of whatever it is you'd like to see. Until then, I hope you enjoy and I will see you on the other side of my makeup. Mwah. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is my eyebrow, and I'm using a L'Oreal dark brunette pencil, and I'm basically going to draw the shape that I want. I already have a shape, however, it's not as profound, so I'm going to use the pencil to do that. Now I'm going to go over my brows with this dark brown pencil that I purchased from my local beauty supply store. It's lighter than the dark brunette, so it will lighten my brows. So now that I've basically gotten the shape of my eyebrow the way I want it, what I'm going to be doing is using the LA Girl Pro Concealer so that I could clean up anything that shouldn't be there, basically. You could get this from your local beauty supply store. You don't have to spend a lot of money trying to get concealer, but if you fancy like that, go ahead. It's gonna do the same thing. So, make sure that you're careful with it when you're outlining. Okay. Now, you also can carry the concealer all the way down to the base of your eye. And I do that so that everything basically is color coordinate. Because when you put your eyeshadow on your eye, you want to make sure that everything blends out evenly and the colors flow. And I like that little like halo type effect right under my eye. I usually just use my finger to blend it out, but again, if you fancy, you could use whatever you want to use as long as it does the job. Okay, so, and remember, when you are applying makeup, blending is important. It is very important so that you don't leave any harsh lines or whatever. Everything is even and it flows. So now that we've done the basically outline our eyebrows with our concealer and we have the shape that we want, you then could take a beauty blending sponge and, blend it out. You just need to make sure that you are careful when doing so because you could easily remove what you applied. Okay? And you don't have to be a pro to do this. Practice makes perfect. I started putting on foundation. Well, I learned how to do it in high school from this Spanish chick that was in my Spanish class, but I didn't actually start wearing makeup until I was like 25, something like that. I was, kind of in my mid 20s. I felt I wasn't woman enough yet to be wearing makeup, so. And should you, by mistake, like I did, somehow mess up your eyebrow, you can fix it. You can fix it. Take that same concealer and clean up the mess you made. Voila, your eyebrow is done. Okay, so now that I've applied the concealer around my eyebrows, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow base, and this is what it looks like. I've had this for a while, maybe 2-3 years. So I'm gonna be putting that over the concealer on both of my eyes. And yes, I have tape on my eyes because it basically keeps any excess product off of, you know, the sides of your face, because sometimes eyeshadows fall, you know, the residue falls off and onto the sides of your face. And you know, you don't want to have anything on your face when you're trying to apply your foundation. And the tape actually leaves this nice line that it's beautiful to me. And again, use your finger to blend it out. And if you see that you have excess product on maybe one eye, you could take that and transfer it to the other eye. And now that we've put the eyeshadow base, I'm going to use some translucent powder, which is Maybelline translucent powder. And I also purchased this from my local beauty supply store. And I'm going to put that on my... I'm going to be putting that on my eyelid. And I'm using the same brush that I would typically use for the powder for any other areas of my face. And again, a little goes a long way. So now that I've put the translucent powder, I'm going to be using my Morphe eyeshadow palette. And I got this off of Amazon. I'm going to be using this orange color for my eyes. See how that color is popping? Just a little more. And if you hear any noises in the background, that's my dog. Both of them are inside of the bathroom with me. Now, you are going to need a transition color, okay? So, and that basically is a color that you're going to put in your crease. So I'm going to be using a plum color, and I mix it with a lighter pink color. Because it is very, 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 very bright, as you can see. And again, blend like your life depends on it. My leg is itching. So now I'm taking that lighter color to put over this color so it's not so bright. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to take some gold or bronze, if that's what you want to call it, and put in the corner and as well as down here. And now we're done with the eyeshadow. We're going to put eyeliner. And I'm not able to hold the phone while I do so, so now we're gonna do the next eye. Okay, so I applied my lashes off camera and I've taken the tape off, as you can see. I applied primer as well, the Maybelline Master Prime, and it basically just smoothes the surface of your face so that when you apply your foundation, it goes on smoothly. And I've also used the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is color corrector. You basically just put this in any little area that you feel like you may have like some blemishes and you want to conceal it prior to applying your foundation. I don't really have that many, but I still put it in the areas that I did have some issues. And I'm gonna just use my finger and blend it out. And no, your face is not gonna look orange. Bam. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm basically taking my kabuki brush, and this is what I apply my foundation with. You could use whatever you want, but I really like my kabuki brush. And then I use, this is a matted spray. You spray it on after you've applied your makeup and it gives you that matted finish. I also spray it onto my brush so that when I'm applying my foundation, it goes on smoothly as well. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Maybelline. So now I'm applying my foundation. And you want to make sure you go all the way down here. Because the last thing you want to do is have like just your face alone, one color. And it doesn't blend. And then you look super crazy. Okay. Now we're going to apply concealer under our eyes. And I'm going to be using the MAC concealer. And I'm using a blending sponge that I've moistened. And this is what's on there. And you're going to dab under your eyes, your chin, right above your lip, your nose. Yes, your nose. And you're going to dab. Make sure you leave no harsh lines. And then you're gonna go right here. And the reason for this is because these are basically the areas that light hits, and sometimes you're shiny. And with this, it kind of takes away from that. So you don't look, you know, like you were dipped in oil. And then of course, you're going to go from your ear right here and come all the way across. This is your contour. And you're gonna do the other side. Okay, and now you're going to take translucent powder, the same powder that I used earlier on my eyeshadow, the base of my eyes. You're going to now put this on all the areas that you basically just put the concealer. So now I'm going to be taking my translucent powder, and I'm using this brush that is an e.l.f. brush that I bought from, I think, Old Navy. And I'm going to apply the powder in all the areas that I apply the concealer. And this basically is setting it. And you're only going to be putting this powder again in the areas that you applied concealer. Nowhere else. You let it sit for a minute. Some people call it baking. Call it whatever you want, but now for my nose, I'm going to be using my finger. This is not what you think. I just happen to be using that finger to apply the powder on my nose. And I like to use my finger for that because I feel like just the right amount of powder gets applied. And now you're gonna let it sit. So now you're going to take concealer again, but this is a darker color, and this is what you're going to use for your contour. And this is, let's see what color this is. Chestnut. So while that's baking, you're going to take your whatever darker concealer you use based on your skin tone, you apply it. And you take that same sponge and flip it. And you're basically just patting. And you do the other side. Take your same concealer and you're gonna go over your nose with it. And again, for this, I use my finger. Okay, so for me, it's enough baking. So I'm going to also use another brush to brush away the product. And again, I have another kabuki brush. And now I'm going to go down here. And here. And yes, this is translucent powder. And then I just brush it off. Now, I'm going to take a darker foundation powder, which is right here. And I'm going to put that over the area that I used the dark concealer for. And I'm basically setting it with a darker color concealer. Then I go over my foundation with my kabuki brush to just blend out the areas that I put the powder. Okay, this is what you see. Now I am going to apply highlighter. Here's my highlighter, and it's Wet n Wild. Yes, it is, and I love it. And it has different shades. And I use this brush. And you're going to put some on your nose. Right over your contour. The other side. Just felt like putting a little more. that is all that I need. And now I'm going to apply my lipstick. And also, I'm gonna put a little blush, but I don't really like a lot of blush like a lot of people, so I'm putting this color. It's like a soft pink. And now I'm going to apply my lipstick and I'm finished. And this is Dark Plum. And here is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them and I will get back to you with my responses. Until then, see you on the other side of my makeup. Another day, another time.